Trax back with the TNT Monster Truck Challenge, making history deep in the heart of Texas, the great city of Dallas, actually just a little outside Dallas in Irving, Texas, at Texas Stadium. 3-wide monster truck racing, the most unique course anywhere in the world today. 3 lanes for the monsters to run on. Our next 3 qualifiers will be the brand new Nightlife, Barbarian, and Bad News.
Give it on Nightlife. Dave Weiss seems to have this race covered. He's real smooth. The privateer showing that he can flex his muscle in Texas Stadium again. But the long, tall Texas stays on top. The one they call Awesome Kong, Scott.
Steve Kane still with the fast qualifying time at 6.16. Nightlife far and away the class of that qualifying round at 6.59. You can see Barbarian and Bad News got a long way to go if they intend to be able to run with the big dogs today. There he is, the defending world champion and a driver getting better every week. The new driver, Greg Holbrook, and the world champion Equalizer with a brand new paint scheme.
Well, Greg comes out, and he's told us before, we've talked about it, Gary Cook has chosen him to drive this truck. They're going to take their time. Every time he gets the truck, he gets a little bit better, a little bit more confidence. And they think before they leave Dallas, they can put a win under their belt. We're going to find out right now. He draws the middle lane for this qualifying shot. I think it's going to be an advantage to the rookie driver, give him a little bit more room on each side to really hammer down.
Now, you'll remember he ran earlier with 4-wheel Crazy and Outlaw. They were the first trucks to hit the card. Under the rules, you get to come back if you like. Well, 4-wheel Crazy blew an engine. Outlaws decided to stand on his time, but Equalizer is coming back to qualify again with no penalty.
He's doing awfully good. And the reason they did that is very simple. It's one more run of experience I was telling you about. I don't care what they turned the first time. I knew they were going to be coming back. And look at this. Holy, a 6.03, almost in the 5, Scott. Look at him leave the starting line.
Top of the heat now, the fast qualifier, Greg Holbrook, Springfield, Tennessee, and the defending world champion, the Equalizer. A great run, a lot of bounce at the end, but he reels that big old truck back in, pulls her down. And now sits number 1. Our next 3 coming out will be Clydesdale and Bennett Clark, Fanatic, the woman, Arlene Ed out of Arizona, and Tuff it up, Pablo Cruz from Phoenix.
Well, Clydesdale, one of the strong runners on the circuit, he'll be going in the lane closer, but the little lady trying to make a move up the middle. Hey, she made a race out of it. That Phoenix truck and the young lady had really looking good in Dallas.
Her name is Arlene Ed, and she comes from Tonalea, Arizona. As you can see, she ran a very competitive line right there, just behind the Clydesdale, and beating her buddy Pablo Cruz and duffing up. Well, here he is. He's been struggling of late trying to keep his equipment together, but Army, no matter where you go, the popularity never diminishes on Dennis Anderson and the Gravedigger. Huge response everywhere, and right here in Dallas, once again, definitely the fans' favorite.
Yeah, you look up in the crowd, you see a lot of black T-shirts with Gravedigger on it. And what he's doing, Scott, is something that a lot of motorsport people do. He's made a good name for himself. He's trying to travel. He's trying to get as much mileage out of the truck as he can. That's good one way, but it's bad another way because breakage has really been a major problem for Anderson. A lot of people buy tickets just to watch this one truck. See what kind of run Anderson's going to make. We're going to find out right now in Big D.
Qualifying between the Digger, Carolina Crusher, and the Wild Hair, the old stopper truck of Marvin Smith. And there, just what we're talking about, Anderson is broke. He's dead at the line.
But look at the run goes on. The Carolina Crusher going room. Scott, I've got a problem with something that's happening here. These guys are running right to the end of this building. I cannot believe they're running that hard on this end, but on your end, it looks like the Gravedigger is broken again.
Absolutely. More problems for Dennis Anderson as he goes to look underneath to find out what the problem exactly is. Want to mention one more thing, Army, while we watch Dennis, and again, maybe we can get an indication here. It just locks up on him, it looked like.
Yeah, it was in the drivetrain. The reason you see the front wheel actually turn backwards when he tried to go forward. So transmission is going to kill him. Look at the times, though. These guys are getting quick. 6:09 for the Crusher. He could definitely be tough before the night's over.
He's second fastest. Again, though, you mentioned running out of the end of the stadium, and I want to remind everyone, we're running here in a football stadium, so these guys have been running indoors all winter. Now they're really back outside and running a much longer course. Still, they're getting there in a hurry.
They're getting there awfully quick, and you got to remember one thing. There's only one escape route in this building. That's the one door. You're not going to fit 2 monster trucks through that door at the same time. That could be spooky before the night's over.
We'll have one more qualifier once they get Dennis out of the way, and that will be Bigfoot. This is Bigfoot 4, and of course it is John Pyan, not Andy Pratt. Now my understanding right now is the point that Bigfoot 4 amasses will will be combined with the Bigfoot 8 points because the points go to the truck, and you can make a change during the year. Just one change, however, and we'll update that point situation as the story on the Bigfoot trucks continues to develop. When we come back, the first round of 3-on-3 competition. It's coming up from Dallas. Don't you go away.